5 ways to stop on inline skates. The heel stop is the most basic stop. Place the stopping skate a bit in front and lift your toes. That's it. For some more power, bend your legs and push harder. Not good enough. The T-stop is more difficult, but a good second stop to learn. Keep almost all weight on the front skate. Gently drag the back skate behind. Too much weight on the dragging skate and you'll go for a spin. The grass stop is the most important emergency brake. Stay low. Keep one skate in front and more weight on the back skate. A grass roll often turns into a grass run. The power stop looks more like an ice hockey stop. However, it's very different. Make a sharp turn. On the outside skate, keep most weight on the heel. Fall back on the inside skate. Like this. Not like this. The slalom stop is useful at high speeds and going downhill. Make a sharp turn until the outside skate loses grip. Fall back on the inside skate and repeat. It does require some space. I usually remove the heel brake from my skates. Not using it is just my personal preference. There are some good reasons to use a heel brake though, even if you know other ways to stop. First off, with the heel brake, your wheels last longer. The heel brake is much cheaper and easier to replace as well. So it may be worth keeping it just for this reason. It's also a lot easier on your joints. Knees and hips may suffer from other stopping techniques, especially if you do them wrong. For me, the reason to remove the heel brake is partially that they may mess up when going backward or doing transitions. And partially that removing the heel brakes saves some weight. Another important thing to keep in mind about heel brakes is that they are not very effective. Going downhill, it's very dangerous to rely on the heel brake. Slalom turns are much better at controlling speed. The T-stop is my most used stop. It's like my everyday stop. It's more powerful than the heel brake. It does wear down the wheels quite a bit, so I try to make it a habit to use my left skate, that's my weaker side, more for controlled stops and my right skate more in challenging situations. At higher speeds and going downhill, it's a good idea to alternate between left and right to avoid flat spots. The grass roll is mostly for emergency. It's super useful to know. I recommend everyone, including beginners, to practice it. It's not that difficult either. Just be aware that the wheels may get stuck. Instinctively, you then start to run, so it shouldn't be a problem. The power stop is the most difficult stop. I really need to focus every time I do it. It's called a power stop for a reason. A lot of energy goes into it. I often start with a T-stop until the speed feels comfortable and then I continue with a power stop. Other times I do slalom turns, and finally when the speed feels right, I do a power stop. Actually, it's by doing slalom turns I learned the power stop in the first place. Slalom turns are very much the same thing. You can feel that if your weight balance is over your outside skate and a bit towards the heel, you slow down tremendously. You'll also notice the outside skate starting to lose grip. With the slalom turn I let my balance shift over to the inside skate. With the power stop I just let the skate lose grip, then slide to a full stop and finally fall back on my inside skate. Finally, I'll say a few words about skating on a wet pavement during rain. First of all, it's more slippery, so it's extra important to focus on when and where you may lose grip. Second, it will kill your bearings. I use my old skates with old bearings when I skate in rain. If I only had one pair of skates, I'd think twice before going skating in the rain. If you have any questions or feedback, please leave a comment below. I'm JPJ. For more tips and info, please check out my Facebook page. As always, thank you for watching, stay tuned and subscribe for updates.